Great to have you here on the podcast today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Of course. I'm great. Doing good today. So, you're actually student council president, student body president. A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know what the student body president does or what Stuco does. Can you kind of walk through what you guys did for this Spirit Week that we just had?
Yeah. Okay. So as student body president, I kind of just delegate our student council and give them the work to follow through with all our plans and homecoming organization.
So do you handle all the grades, or does each grade has their own separate?
Each grade has their own separate, 4 officers,
right.
But we have 6 executive officers that kind of overlook the whole student council.
So they all report to you and your 6 executive officers?
Yes,
okay.
kind of, yeah. And then each grade has their own 4 representatives to watch over them and plan their personal class projects and stuff. Yeah.
So Stuco does handle Spirit Weeks and certain dress up days, right?
Stuco and alongside cheer.
Alongside cheer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what can you kind of walk me through what goes through that creative process?
Yeah. So behind every Spirit Week, we kind of have an underlying cause for it. 2 weeks ago, we had Go Gold Week, and that was for childhood cancer awareness. And then this upcoming week is Red Ribbon Week, which is for DASH awareness, which is drug abuse, safety, and health.
Interesting.
So,
and then we had HOCO
this
past week.
So, for Go Gold Week, we had Superhero Day, which is be the hero and help support childhood cancer awareness and donate to them. And then, next week, we have this Blackout Day, which is keep drugs in the dark.
Right.
And wear all black.
So each kind of dress up day has its own little...
Yeah, for the ones that have a cause behind it. And then for homecoming week, we kind of just chose the days that we thought most students would dress up for, and we would get the most participation for it.
So do you guys kind of survey the students to see what they like, or?
I've kind of just asked around with different kind of groups of people and just got their opinion on the days and look to see if they would dress up for it and if they were interested in it. And yeah, because we want the most participation as possible and the most school spirit as possible as well.
True.
Yeah. So Rashad, I have a few questions for you.
Oh yeah, of course. What's up?
It was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yes, it was my birthday, October 19th.
Did you do anything special?
Yes, actually. Me and my family went to this restaurant called Musafir. It's actually, have you heard of it?
I haven't.
It's right next to Nobu. It's near the Galleria, and it's really nice. I would say for the price, the food could be better. It wasn't bad, it was really good. It could be better, but the ambiance is really what you're paying for. It's probably the best I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Good. So, good birthday?
Yeah, great birthday. Really good.
Anything different now that you're 18?
Honestly, I thought it would be a lot different when I turned 18, but honestly, I feel the same. Maybe it just hasn't kicked in yet. Because no one's ever. If someone maybe asked me how old are you, and I said I'm 18. Yeah. That might be when I officially feel it. But for now, I guess I just feel the same.
Okay.
I did get my voter's registration card though in the mail. That's kind of
How do you feel?
Interesting moment. I feel pretty good. I'm excited to vote. Honestly, that's probably one of the most excited things I am for 18. I feel like voting, very important.
Yes.
I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But also, I have to educate myself in it. That's also going to be hard. I don't really know how to. Also, I wanted to mention. You also do golf, right?
I do.
So, I actually wanted to do golf a long time ago when I was younger. I did it for a little bit. Wasn't really good at it. I sucked at Topgolf. Not really good at that either. Can you kind of walk me through what you guys do on the golf team?
Yeah. So, we have 5 varsity girls. And then, so each team we take 5 people to every tournament. And we have monthly tournaments basically. Right. And we're all just it's just a sports team, every other sports team. We go to tournaments and we practice.
So is Clemens good, would you say, compared to the schools?
Us girls are number 1 in the district.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there playoffs for golf?
We do have playoffs, yeah.
So we went last year?
We won districts last year and then we went to regionals.
Really? We won districts?
Yeah, we won districts.
And, okay, that's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you kind of explain how golf works. So from what I know, basically you start far away.
Yeah.
And then you like kind of drive it or chip it like as close as you can to the putting green.
Yeah.
And you get your putter and you put it into the hole.
Yeah. Wait. So you basically got it.
That's it.
But
really?
it's just every hole has a different regulation, which is like, it's like par fours. I don't know if you're familiar with these terms, but par fours, par threes.
That's like the amount of hits that it takes.
It's like you're trying to get it in the hole in like 3 hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you get it over 3 hits, then you're like disqualified?
You're not disqualified. It's just like you want to get the lowest score as possible.
Right.
So trying to get under the pars and then, just try to get as low as possible.
That's where you can be competitive.
Yeah.
Really.
You just want to be as competitive, yeah.
So like, are there multiple holes that you guys do within one?
We do 18-hole rounds.
Okay.
So it's 18 holes, and then every hole is a different par. Yeah.
So is it like school versus school, or is it like all the schools together compete in one?
All the schools in the region. Mostly, like, the schools that sign up for the tournaments, they choose their players, and then we line it up based off of rankings. So,
okay.
Yeah. I know golf seems boring, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty fun.
So, anyways, also I wanted to touch on something else that you did this past summer that I heard about, which was your Taiwan trip.
Okay.
Right? You did go visit Taiwan.
Yeah, I did.
Can you share your story on how that went, that whole trip?
Yeah, I can. So, overall, it was such a good experience. I went there for a month, and then the way the program is laid out is it's like a government-funded kind of volunteering service.
Taiwanese government?
Yeah, Taiwanese government. So, like, on the weekends, since there's no school on the weekends, they gave us, like such a huge budget to go and, like, explore the cities.
Really?
And, like, just do whatever we want, basically. And it was really cool. And overall, the whole thing was free, like, for us, because we were volunteers.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was just so cool. And I still, like, the kids still, like, text me to this day. And they're just, like, they, like, tell me if they have any, like, English homework problems or anything. Yeah.
When I think about, like, English, I feel like it's such a difficult language. I feel like it's probably one of the most difficult languages.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's so many little things that, like, how was that? How was teaching English?
I think they knew, like, a few words in English, but I think they lack the motivation to learn it just because their stigma of, like, and, like, impression of America is so different to, like, how we feel. Because we think, like, oh, like, this is, like, the country of opportunities and everything. But they think our country is so dangerous that, like, every time... Because our point of going there and teaching was to encourage them to, like, come to America, learn more English, get more, like, job opportunities.
That's really what the Taiwanese
that's what I was,
wanted.
like, encouraging them throughout the whole lessons and stuff. I was, like, focusing on, like, teaching English, but also, like, showing them, like, there are a lot of opportunities in America to pursue. But a lot of them, they, like, I would ask them, they were 5th graders, so, like, their idea of it was a little different. They would just ask me if, like, America's dangerous, that there'd be a lot of racists here. Like, that was, like, their main concern. And they're, like, they like Taiwan. Taiwan's, like, a great country for them. And
yeah, honestly, I didn't even expect that. Like, when I think about it, I feel like a lot of immigrants feel like America is,
you think of, like, American dream, right?
Yeah.
But it was just really cool seeing, like, their different perspective on things.
So they were, like, really scared about, like, racism?
Yeah, they were, like, because I guess the news portrays it differently, obviously, but it was kind of sad seeing how, like, they didn't know as much, and then they were just, like, really scared and thinking that America's dangerous and everything, and all the gun violence and everything. Well,
I mean, I guess they do have a point. Yeah.
But I see how, like, the news may alter the way of thinking.
I know that college is coming up, right? College applications. It's almost November. October's about to be over. Can you like, what college are you applying to? How do you feel about college applications? What stresses you out?
Okay, so at the end of this month is early decisions, obviously.
Right.
And I'm eating to Rice. Okay. And then this month I just want to get as many Texas schools out of the way as possible. Yeah. Like, I finished A&M and UT, but obviously I want to get my other schools in there. And it's really stressful because, like, there's so much going on right now with all these school events, like homecoming game and everything. It's really hard to maintain both apps and staying involved in school.
It's a good amount of writing. It's lots to get done by November 1st, that deadline. But I'm on an ED to Columbia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Ivy, but I also heard that, I mean, I have a very low chance of getting in. Ivy is, like, really insane.
Don't say that.
But also heard that Clements is blacklisted from IVs.
Really?
Have you heard that?
No, I didn't know that. Same.
What I have heard is that if a student EDs to a certain school and then decides not to go there, then that college will blacklist that entire school.
Oh, really? The entire school?
The entire school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what a lot of people have told me.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really make any sense, right?
That doesn't make any sense.
Because like, maybe it's because that's the culture at the school or whatever, but how does that, like, I don't know, that doesn't really, I don't know if that's true.
Okay. That kind of scares me.
Yeah.
Sure. Any other schools you're planning on applying to?
Yeah. Really UT, NYU.
What major?
I want to go into finance. I want to undergrad in finance.
Same.
Really? Yeah. And then I want to go into law school from there. And become a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, we kind of low-key have this.
You
have
also
a similar route, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Because to be a lawyer, you don't really. There's no specific major. Yeah.
I just want to do finance because finance is probably like the most
interesting, right?
Yeah, and also the most useful.
Yeah.
I have heard that finance makes the most money out of any job in the world, even doctors, lawyers. But I'm just interested in the legal field.
Okay.
I just want to go
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
How'd y'all get this podcast started?
Oh, great question. Actually, a lot of time and effort went into the podcast. I actually got the idea from you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I don't know if you remember, but in class you kind of suggested the idea.
Oh.
And I thought it was an amazing idea. Like, I watched a lot of podcasts, especially like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And that's my main podcast.
Yeah. I like his podcast. Yeah.
It's really interesting. He's a great podcaster. Got a lot of inspiration from him. And then I wanted to kind of input that into our podcast. So first off, I knew I wasn't the best tech guy. So I turned to the best person I knew, Preston, our technician actually. I knew he was amazing because last year, we had our class, AP Lang, and we had to do these 2 separate projects. Both times we had to make movies for it. Preston did all the editing. It turned out amazing, like movie level production, really good. So I knew I had to get Preston on board. He actually helped me all the way through the process. We figured out all the technology, the recordings, all down, and now all we need to do is just put them out there. But yeah, it was a great experience trying to get this thing done. We actually had a podcasting professional come through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he kind of helped us. That's really cool. Yeah, the librarian's been helping us. The broadcast teacher's been helping us.
I've seen a lot of support for this.
Yeah, it's been going well. Yeah. Assistant principals.
Okay, that's good.
Good experience. How did you actually get this idea?
Because Rashad kept asking for an officer position
Oh.
in my clubs. And so I was like, why don't you just start your own club?
Well, actually, I do have my own club.
Oh, he does have his own club. But I was like, why don't you do something different that nobody's done at the school before?
Good suggestion. But yeah, the podcasting thing turned out really well. It's great.
I think it's really great what y'all are doing because I've never seen this before. We have CTV obviously, but they don't really touch on personal student experiences.
This is a great way to kind of go into
engage with the school and kind of get the school more involved. Yeah.
Well, anyways, great to have you on this episode of the podcast. It's a great episode.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And
I wish y'all the best of luck.
Yeah, of course. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.